Welcome, dear students. Today we are again with the topic From the Diary of a Young Girl. This is a chapter in your English textbook, Tulip series, class 10th. In the last lesson, we had an interaction or we discussed about the life of Anne Frank. Now, today we are going to know what she has written in her diary and an excerpt or what is there in our lesson. These are the thoughts of a 13-year-old girl who found her truest friend in a diary. It is just like when we want to share something good or bad with somebody, we want to find a friend, a human being with whom we would like to share something. A friend can be related by blood or not related by blood. It can be a cousin. It can be a brother, sister, or a person having no blood relation with, generally aren't related by blood, when it is a human being. But our author Anne Frank found the truest friend in her diary. Perhaps it is because she thought the diary does not repeat the words or she does not argue. Now let's see what she is writing in it. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. This is what Anne says. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. This is what she writes in her diary. Oh, well, it does not matter. I feel like writing. And I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. See, her chest is burdened with all kinds of thoughts, with all kinds of secrets. And she wants to unburden herself. She wants to relieve herself from all this kind of burden. And she needs a friend. And for this, she has chosen a diary. And she says, I feel like writing. I want to write because this will make me feel comfortable. I will feel relaxed. And so she chooses a diary, and with the diary she writes whatever is happening with her, whatever goes, whatever nonsense. She says, okay, it is nonsense for you, but I want to write what I have been through. The main thing she says, paper has more patience than people. Really, paper has more patience. Whatever do you do with your paper, you scratch with your pen, you do anything, you write something on your paper with your pen, then you take the tip of this pen and then go on erasing the lines or the words. You go on and on, but paper does not argue with you what you are doing with me. So really, paper has more patience than anybody else in this world. So she says, I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was staying at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. She was not able to decide. What should I do? Should I go out or should I stay inside? She was just wondering. but she was writing on the piece of paper, and really she meant these words, and these words stand true to this day, that paper has more patience than the people. I finally stayed where I was brooding. Yes, paper does have more patience. And since I'm not planning to let anyone else read this stiff-backed notebook, grandly referred to as diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. So, Anne says that I have finally stayed to write something wherever I am staying. Really, this paper has more patience, and I'm not planning to let anybody else to read it unless and until I find a true friend in somebody else. And this stiff branded notebook, which is known as diary, which is called as diary, and I'm not going to share it with anybody else unless and until I find a true friend. And this does not make any kind of difference to me. Now I am back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. Oh, what is that prompted me to keep a diary? Why did I keep a diary? Because I don't have a friend. She did not have friends. Okay, I think 100 years ago, almost 97 years ago, and was in such a kind of situation when she had no friends, she was suppressed, she was in a concentration camp, she was under the influence of the Nazis, and she was not able to make friends because she was not able to confide with anybody else. I think we have again come in same situation, but today the situation is not because of the suppression of anybody else. It is because of the suppression of the technology. Yes, technology have made us like this. Our children, you people who are watching this lesson today, you are mainly become suppressed to this technology, to these lessons, because you don't go out of your rooms. You don't like to make friends with other people. You seldom have any kind of friend, and your best friend is the mobile or the laptop or the camera with the help of which you can have your lessons or play games and other things else. And you, while your time like this, so I may say it stands good. On a lighter note, this stands good. I don't have a friend this time also. So coming back towards today's topic again, that what prompted Anne to write a diary was that she did not have a friend. So I suppose most of you might be writing a diary because you also might not have friends to share your secrets with. Okay, Anne says, let me put it more clearly. Since no one will believe that a 13-year-old is completely alone in the world, and I am not. I have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home, obviously, as you all people have. You also are not alone, but you like to sit alone with your mobiles. Same is the case with Anne. She is in concentration camp. She is suppressed. She is in the four walls. Though she has loving parents, but they are not living with her. They are far away. She has a family. She has a loving sister who is 16-year-old. That means 3 years elder to her. Then she has aunts. She has uncles. She might have cousins, as you all, my dear children, have. You have aunts, you have cousins, you have maternal ones, you have paternal ones. You have all good people around you. And she has roughly counted that there are more than 30 people or about 30 people whom she can call friends. But they are not with her. Same is the case with you. These lines find place in today's world perfectly true, because technology has driven us to such a kind of situation. But what was the situation of Anne? The situation of Anne was because of the turmoil of the World War II. She was in such a situation that she was not able to confide with anybody and to have friends. But today we are in the war of technology, and because of the technology we like to stay alone. No one on the surface I seem to have everything except my one true friend. So she thinks she has these friends in school. She has these friends with whom she shares food. She shares delicacies. But she does not have a friend with whom she can share a secret. So today we are not able, all the teachers tell you not to share your food with anybody else, with your friends and other things, because the situation is like that. We are in another kind of turmoil nowadays. We share secrets, we share many things, but better to share all these things either with your parents or have a daddy like him. Now, coming back to the text, all I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. So Anne says, I don't have any topic to talk about when I am with friends. I struggle to find a topic because I don't find any topic about which I would talk. There are just ordinary things about which I would like to talk. That is, what happened in the classroom, what is going on, what were the subjects, what was in the lunch, what was there in the breakfast, and blah 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 like that. And there was no specific topic about which I would love to talk or I could talk. So she struggled and she was not able to find friends of the like nature who could talk like Anne talked on everyday things, because she did not have any perfect topic. Now, we don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that is the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we do not confide in each other. In any case, that is just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. This is why I have started the diary. So why did she start a diary? She was not able to confide, to have confidence on other classmates, other friends, other peers, colleagues, and other people. She did not have a topic to talk about. So she was not able to get closer to other people. She thought this is a problem. Okay, if this is a problem, it cannot be the fault of other people, it can be fault of myself. It is what Anne says, that I am not saying that it is the fault of other people. It is my own fault. Okay, let it be. I am like that. And in that case, I cannot change myself. And if this is the unfortunate part of my life and it cannot be changed, then I have started to write a diary. Let it be. It's okay. I will start sharing my things with my diary, and this is the reason I have started to write a diary. And to enhance the image of this long-awaited friend in my imagination, what I did, I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary. the way most people would do, but I want the diary to be my friend. And says that I don't want to jot down the facts. This is right thing, this is wrong, this is like this, this is like. I just want the diary to be my friend with whom I will share all the secrets. It is not, no, this thing, these lines must not be known, come in knowledge of other people. She wanted to write a diary and write in such a manner as if she is talking to her friend, and her friend was diary. So she wanted to write it in a friendly manner, not in a manner that if another person ever reads it, how he would react. So she took the diary as her own friend, as her own bosom friend, and shared all the secrets with it. And I am going to call this friend what? She gave a name to this friend, and the name of the friend was Kitty. And this is how and started writing a diary. This was all for today's topic. Hope you have enjoyed it and you would have loved it. That how she started writing a diary and named it as Kitty. And in the next topic, next subsequent lesson, we will be discussing about what were the contents or one of the episodes of mathematics teacher with Anne and what happened thereafter. Thank you. Till then, goodbye.